Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked in the mirror, and thought, where did all the energy go? Maybe you found yourself moving a little slower, feeling a little stiffer, or wondering how on earth you got more tired after sleeping 8 hours than before you went to bed. Well, you're not alone. Aging has a way of sneaking up on us, doesn't it? But here's the thing. It doesn't have to mean slowing down. I'm 94 years old. I live alone. And believe it or not, I feel healthier than I did in my 50s. Really. People always ask me how I manage to stay so active, keep my mind sharp, and live independently at this age. The truth is, it's not about fancy supplements or miracle cures. It all comes down to how I start my day. My mornings are sacred. They're simple, yes, but powerful. In fact, I've followed the same 5 little habits for years now, and I truly believe they're what keep me going strong. They've helped me stay out of hospitals, keep up with my grandkids, and enjoy a life that still feels full of possibility. So, grab yourself a warm cup of tea, settle in, and let's talk about what really works. Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to wake up with purpose, even if your knees creak a little louder than they used to. Let's start with the first habit, and it's one that might surprise you. Every morning, before I even get out of bed, I stretch. I know it sounds too simple to matter, but hear me out. I don't mean jumping into yoga poses or doing a full workout. I mean gentle, mindful stretching right there under the covers. I roll my ankles. I flex and point my toes. I slowly move my arms above my head and take a deep breath in, letting it out slowly while I stretch my fingers wide. It wakes up the body. It gets the blood moving. And most importantly, it sends a signal to my brain that the day has started. You see, as we get older, stiffness becomes the silent thief of independence. One day you're bending down to tie your shoes, and the next it feels like climbing Mount Everest. But if you take just 5 minutes every single morning to gently move your joints and breathe into your body, you'd be amazed at the difference it makes. I don't pop out of bed like a spring chicken, no, but I ease into the day with intention. It's like giving your body a little good morning hug before it starts working for you. After stretching, I sit up slowly, no rushing. Then I move on to my second habit, which is one I swear by and never skip. I hydrate. Not with coffee, not with juice, but with a big glass of water. Just plain room temperature water with a splash of lemon if I have it on hand. Our bodies are mostly water, and after 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours of sleep, we wake up slightly dehydrated. That dehydration can make you feel groggy, tired, even a little dizzy. I used to ignore it, blaming age for my sluggishness in the mornings, but once I started rehydrating first thing, it was like flipping a switch. Drinking water in the morning helps flush out the system, gets digestion going, and even boosts your metabolism. I usually drink at least a full glass before I let myself have coffee or tea. It's become a little ritual. I sit by the window, sip slowly, and let my body catch up with the day. Sometimes I look out and talk to the birds. I say hello to the sun. It's a quiet moment, nothing fancy, but it sets the tone. There's peace in that pause. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I don't like water, or it makes me go to the bathroom too often. Believe me, I understand. But let me tell you something. Needing to go to the bathroom means your body is working. It means your kidneys are happy. It means things are moving the way they should. It's a good thing. So, If you've been skipping your water in the morning, give it a try this week. Just one glass. You might notice your headaches lessen, your joints ache less, and your energy starts to rise, just like the sun. The first two habits, stretching and hydrating, might seem small, but they're the foundation of how I start each day feeling clear and capable. They're not just routines. They're little acts of self-care that say, I matter today. And once I've stretched and had my water, I move on to something that might sound a little old-fashioned, but it's a habit that's kept me grounded for decades. I sit down, take out a small notebook, and write one sentence, just one, about something I'm grateful for. Some mornings, it's something as big as waking up pain-free. Other days, it's something small, like the way the light hits the curtains or the way my old clock ticks in the quiet. This little gratitude check-in only takes a minute or two, but it completely shifts my mindset. I don't think about what hurts. I don't think about the chores. I don't even worry about the news. I think about something good. And when you start your day that way, it's amazing how the rest of the day follows. I've found that gratitude isn't just about feeling positive. It's about training your brain to notice joy. And when you're 94, that kind of focus is everything. Because if I've learned anything in these 9 decades, it's that life doesn't get easier. It gets richer. And it's the small, quiet things that make it feel that way. Now that we've talked about those first few habits, the stretching, the water, and that tiny gratitude ritual, let's keep going. There's more I want to share with you. These next habits are just as powerful and just as simple. After I finish my quiet moment of gratitude, I ease into what I call my wake-up walk. Now, don't worry, I'm not talking about a long hike around the neighborhood or anything too intense. At 94, I've learned that it's not about doing a lot. It's about doing something and doing it consistently. For me, that means walking slowly around my apartment or home for 5 to 10 minutes every morning. I call it my body's morning check-in. I do a few laps from the bedroom to the kitchen and back. I might swing my arms gently, roll my shoulders a little, maybe even hum a song while I move. It's not just about getting my blood flowing. It's about reconnecting with my body, feeling where it's tight, where it's loose, how my feet are landing, how my balance is doing today. Some mornings feel stronger than others, and that's okay. The important part is that I move. I give my legs the message. You still work, you're still needed. What I've noticed over the years is that this little movement, even just 5 or 10 minutes, helps with everything else. My digestion, my mood, my appetite, even my memory. It's like jump-starting a car that's been sitting overnight. You don't need to drive it at 60 miles per hour. You just need to turn the key and let the engine warm up. Sometimes I do it barefoot, just to feel the ground beneath me. There's something powerful about feeling connected, physically connected, to your space, especially when you live alone like I do. The house doesn't feel empty when you're moving through it with purpose. It feels lived in. It feels like home. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I keep my walker nearby, not because I always need it, but because I might need it. And that's not a weakness, it's wisdom. When you live alone, being honest with your body is part of being strong. Some mornings I don't need it at all. Other mornings I use it just for balance. But I never let pride stop me from doing what keeps me safe. Now, once my body feels warm and my mind is alert, it's time for the fourth habit. And this one might be the most powerful of all. I talk to myself with kindness. You might chuckle at that, and I don't blame you. It sounds a little funny at first. But here's what I mean. I stand in front of the mirror, usually in the bathroom while brushing my hair or washing my face, and I say something encouraging to myself. It might be, "You're still here. You're doing great." Or, "Today's going to be a good day no matter what it brings." Some mornings I even wink at myself just to keep things light. That small moment of self-talk sets the tone for how I treat myself the rest of the day. Because if we're not kind to ourselves, who will be? After all these years, I've realized something important. The way we talk to ourselves becomes the way we feel about ourselves. And aging can play tricks on our minds. The world tells us we're slowing down, that we're not as valuable, not as sharp, not as needed. But that's nonsense. Every single day you wake up, you are proof of resilience, of wisdom, of survival. When I look at myself and say something positive, something real, I remind myself that I'm still in control. I might not run marathons or climb ladders anymore, but I still get to choose how I greet each day. With dignity, with hope, with humor. And that habit, speaking kindly to myself, it ripples outward. I find myself being more patient when I misplace my glasses, more forgiving when I forget something, more grateful when someone calls to check in. And that inner kindness spreads to others too. When you live alone, your relationship with yourself becomes your closest companionship. It better be a loving one. Of course, I know some people feel awkward doing this at first. I understand. If talking out loud feels silly, try writing it down instead. Leave a note on your bathroom mirror. Something simple, like "You're doing better than you think," or "One step at a time." It makes a difference, a real difference. And when I've stretched, hydrated, moved, reflected with gratitude, and spoken kindly to myself, you might think I'm ready to tackle the day. But there's still one more little habit I never skip. It's quiet, it's simple, but it's the glue that holds all the others together. Let's take a deep breath here, and then keep going, because this next part is where everything we've talked about really comes together. After all those gentle, grounding habits, the stretching, the water, the moving, the gratitude, and the kind self-talk, I finish my morning with something that might sound a bit spiritual. But for me, it's as practical as brushing my teeth. I take a moment, just a few quiet minutes, to set an intention for the day. Now, don't let the word intention make it sound complicated. It's really just me deciding what kind of day I want to have. Some mornings, I sit by the window with my hands wrapped around a warm cup of tea, and I say something like, "Today, I will be calm, no matter what happens." Or, "Today, I will call someone I care about." Sometimes, it's as simple as, "Today, I will rest without guilt." That small moment of clarity helps me feel like I'm steering the ship instead of drifting wherever the waves take me. And trust me, at 94, there are a lot of waves, unexpected aches, phone calls, reminders of people who are no longer around, but setting an intention grounds me. It gives the day shape, meaning, even if I never leave the house. And let me say something here that's very important, especially for those of you who also live alone. There's a quiet sort of strength in solitude, But it can be easy to slip into passivity, to let the hours blend together, to feel like nothing really matters. That's where this last habit shines. When you choose an intention, you give yourself a reason to move forward, a reason to look up. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. Yesterday, for example, my intention was to sing a song out loud. That's it. Just one. So I put on one of my old records, Perry Como, I think, and I sang along as I watered the plants. My voice isn't what it used to be, but that wasn't the point. The point was to feel alive. And I did. These 5 habits may seem simple on the surface, but the truth is they become the foundation of a life I'm proud of. A life that still feels full even without the noise, the crowds, or the rush of younger years. Every morning I'm reminded that I still get to decide how I meet the world. I get to choose my rhythm. I get to care for this old body, not out of fear, but out of love. I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed when people talk about routines and healthy habits, especially as we get older. Sometimes even brushing your teeth feels like an accomplishment, and you know what? That's okay. Start where you are. Maybe tomorrow morning you just stretch your arms or sip your water slowly. That's enough. That's a beginning. You don't have to change your whole life overnight. Just give yourself one gentle, loving habit at a time. The rest will follow. And let's be honest, getting older does come with challenges. I have arthritis in my hands, and some mornings it's hard to hold a cup. I miss people I can't call anymore. There are days I feel the weight of all the years I've lived, but there's beauty in that weight too. These habits, these quiet morning choices, help me carry it with grace, and they remind me every single day that I'm not done yet. So if you're watching this and wondering if it's too late to start something new, let me be the one to tell you, it's not. You're not too old, too slow, too tired, or too anything. You're right on time. And your life still matters deeply, not just to others, but to you. I'd love to hear what your mornings look like. Do you have a little routine that helps you feel centered? Something simple that makes your day brighter? Share it with me in the comments. I really do read them, and I love hearing from folks who are walking this same path. And if any of this spoke to you, if you felt even a tiny bit inspired to stretch, sip, walk, or speak kindly to yourself, then I invite you to like this video, subscribe, and stick around. We've got so much more to talk about. Because aging doesn't mean fading. It means refining, strengthening, deepening. Here's to mornings filled with purpose, days filled with peace, and years filled with joy, no matter how many candles are on your cake. You've made it this far, and that's no small thing. Here's to living your best life at any age. You've still got time, and you've still got you. And that's more than enough.